On this week's episode of Taboo Teachers, we secretly film a lecturer from the University of the East Indies. His students have complained endlessly about his incompetence. In fact, the class size has reduced from 98 students to only 4. So let's see what happens on today's Taboo Teachers.
Good morning, class. Breakfast ran a little bit late. Doubles not put too much effort by my doubles, and an unfortunate reaction happened. So today, we'll be going into memory. So I know Dr. Manchu already covered the basics, so we will be moving on from here. So, as you know from your previous course, there's both mediated and non-mediated transport across the phospholipid bilayer. In non-mediated transport, the molecules are able to pass through the phospholipid bilayer without the use of ATP energy. Now this is done in 3 ways. Jalon, if you are not too drunk from Sven last night, please tell me what these are.
My name is Jalon, and I was in 51. That's it. But the answer is diffusion, facilitated diffusion, and osmosis.
Wow, smarter than I thought.
Shut up.
Alicia, since you're so entertained, what other molecules are not able to enter through facilitated diffusion?
It's Alicia. You pronouncing everybody name wrong. I don't understand. Anyways, small molecules that dissolve in water, of course, ions that have channels such as sodium, potassium, amino acids. Yeah. You feel like rotation of watch this. So, sir, what protein does glucose use to enter the cell?
What protein does glucose use to enter the cell? Well, there's only one carrier available for that, and that's the GLUT1 carrier, which is a uniport. Okay, next on the agenda, we will touch a bit on active transport. Now, you all know that active transport is the movement of ions or molecules across the phospholipid bilayer from a region of low to high concentration. Tristan, tell me the importance of active transport.
Well, it breaks essential amino acids, glucose, ions, and nucleotides into cells, controls cellular pH, osmotic pressure, and it gets rid of unwanted molecules like sodium.
Okay. How does it control osmotic pressure? I can't really remember.
Well, I'm really complicated to teach that. You should already know. I can't remember the details. Oh my, time is running away from me. I have a dental appointment. Gotta keep those pearly whites white, huh? Rude as a girl. Anyways, let me continue. I know you're brainiacs, and I say that with every bit of sarcasm intended. Don't know about inotropic drugs. Or if you know it right now, inotropic drugs change the force of your heart contraction. Positive inotropes strengthen the force of the heartbeat. Negative inotropes, you should know, weaken the force of the heart. They are used for many cardiovascular conditions, such as cardiomyopathy and heart failure due to increased cardiac output, and to slow the heart rate, angina, which is chest pain, you influence, and high blood pressure, through negative inotropes. Wait, hold on. Oh, I gotta take this call. Yeah, I think I just now. Hold on. Right. Fine. Anyway, we'll listen. Oh, sorry, I can't really take that. My apologies. Not really, but yeah. You know what? I felt like this school doesn't pay me enough to put up with exercise like you. And you know what? I really hate you all. Goodbye.
Wait, sir, wait, you have a surprise here.
What?
You're on Taboo Teachers.
Get out of my face, man. Move that camera.
So,
Move
Mr. Riker,
that
Mr. Riker, what do you
camera.
think? What do you think?
Think about
What do you think about your students putting you on Taboo Teachers? How do you feel about this?
You really want my opinion on that?
And now, the interviews. So, Dr. Riker, how do you feel about your students putting you on Taboo Teachers?
I don't know what the gluconeogenesis is wrong with these students. If I have a class of how much it was at the beginning of the semester, 90 students, right, and it only reduced to 4, that means the other 86 students wasn't competent enough to do the course. I don't know what's wrong with them. It's their fault, not mine.
Okay, so you don't think your style of teaching is a problem?
No, I don't think my style of teaching is a problem because I have my doctorate and I got it in a time when you getting your degree was 90% you and 10% lecturer. In modern times, these students into spoon feeding, and I'm trying to teach them because later down in their academic lives they'll see that they have to become more self-dependent. So that's how my teaching style is. It's more about them going out and learning things for themselves.
Okay, I understand. Well, thanks a lot, Dr. Riker, for giving your views on Taboo Teachers.
Yes, and don't do this again.
So, Tristan, why did you choose to put Dr. Riker on Taboo Teachers?
Well, I want first class honors and I want my degree, so I want to make sure that he's teaching the right thing. He explained something about osmotic pressure and he didn't quite get the point right. Because from what I read, osmotic pressure is the selective diffusion process driven by the internal energy of solvent molecules so that the available energy per unit volume could be measured by osmotic pressure. Saying that something has high osmotic pressure is kind of tricky, and to say it is high is slightly inaccurate because we can't say fluid transport from a high pressure to low pressure, and that's osmotic pressure. We're near too, so you can't really get away with saying this basic CSEC kind of stuff. So the rationale is because the energy that drives the fluid transfer is the thermal energy of the water molecules, and that thermal energy has higher density than pure solvent, and the thermal energy of the solvent molecules does not contribute as much to transport. You see, that's a little more fancy. If we measure osmotic pressure, it is a fairly straightforward thing to do in the lab, and it can be measured if we determine how much hydrostatic pressure on the solution is required to prevent transfer of water from the pure source across the semi-permeable membrane and into the cell. When you raise the hydrostatic pressure on the solution side of the membrane, osmotic pressure squeezes the solvent molecules closer together and the escaping tendency of the molecules rises. If we apply enough pressure, then the escaping tendency of solvent molecules from the solution eventually rise to that of the molecules in the pure solvent, and osmotic pressure flow will cease. So as I come to the term osmotic pressure doesn't facilitate osmosis, it actually stops it, which people fail to realize. So it stops osmosis, and in order to prevent this osmotic transport, you have to have positive pressure. So I guess here's a little right to say you have high osmotic pressure.
Okay, well, thanks a lot, Tristan, for giving your views on taboo teachers. So, Alicia, what made you decide to put Dr. Riker on taboo teachers?
This man is crazy. He proves me right every time. He is so crazy. Even when he spoke about the glucose transport in the membranes, he was saying that glucose is the only transmembrane carrier for glucose, which is incorrect. Actually, glucose has a number of carriers to get in and out of the cell, and GLUT1 is just one of them. GLUT1 is present in cells such as erythrocytes, the brain, and kidneys, and the kidney, among others. It has a low Km and therefore a high affinity for glucose. It is a large integral protein containing 12 alpha helices. Now, as we know, the brain's primary source of fuel is glucose, and a lack of GLUT1 is linked to pediatric disease, aptly called GLUT1 transporter deficiency syndrome. Children with this disease experience multiple seizures, low muscle tone, and even speech and physical problems as brain growth is severely affected. On the other hand, overexpression of GLUT1 is a prognostic indicator for cancer. Other transporters of glucose include the glucose sodium symporter, also known as GLUT2. It employs secondary active transport and actively transports glucose from the lumen of the intestine or the nephron against its concentration gradient by coupling glucose uptake with that of sodium, which is being transported down its concentration gradient. The sodium ions bring about the conformational change in the carrier and is made available through the action of the sodium-potassium pump. GLUT4 is also an important carrier to note in the regulation of glucose uptake. Found mostly in skeletal and cardiac tissue and also adipose fat, insulin regulates glucose uptake into these cells by signaling the attachment of the GLUT4 glucose transporter from the interior of cells to the cell surface, where it allows glucose to enter cell. Once in the cytoplasm, the glucose is phosphorylated and thereby trapped. The effect of insulin on GLUT4 distribution is reversed within an hour of insulin removal from the blood. GLUT4 is removed from the membrane and restored intracellular in vesicles ready to be recruited by the surface by insulin.
Okay. So, Jalen, your colleagues Tristan and Alicia already told me an airful as to why they chose to put Dr. Riker on taboo teachers. Tell me a little about why you chose to put him.
I'll be very to the point. This is taboo teachers, and in my opinion, he's taboo, so yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like something as simple as definitions and explanations. He would tell us something like he didn't come prepared for that part of the lecture. So I mean, if you're supposed to be my lecturer, any question that I come with, you're supposed to be prepared for it. So I don't understand. Like he brought up positive inotropes, and he didn't really expand much on it. So I did my additional reading, and what I came up with were that positive isotopes, yes, he said that they strengthen heart contractions in order for it to pump more blood with your heartbeats. And to me, this means that although there are fewer heartbeats, the heartbeats will have more force in order for them to meet the oxygen demands of the body. So I found an example, which was digoxin, which strengthens the force of the heartbeat by increasing the amount of calcium in the heart cells. The calcium stimulates the contraction. When the digoxin reaches the heart muscles, it binds to the sodium and potassium receptors, thereby blocking the calcium from leaving the cells. And as this calcium builds up, it results in a stronger force of the contraction. And the positive inotropes are given to patients with congestive heart failure or those that have had recent heart attacks. In some cases, they are given to patients whose hearts have been weakened after heart surgery. Although he mentioned these things, I would have liked him to to go more in depth, and he did not even speak about things preceding it, like the sodium potassium pump. And the sodium potassium pump is an active transport mechanism that uses ATP as energy to bring about conformational changes within the transmembranous protein. If three sodium ions bind to the cytoplasmic side of the cell membrane, causing the protein to change conformation, the molecule then becomes phosphorylated by a molecule of ATP, which induces a second conformational change. The three sodium ions are released and move across the membrane. The new conformation has a low Km and therefore a high affinity for potassium ions, which binds to the extracellular side of the protein. And also the phosphate ion then dissociates from that protein, causing the protein to reboot to its original conformation. And the potassium ions are allowed to enter the cytoplasm in the cell. Like, he didn't even tell us any of these things. So basically, they really say you have to read for your degree, and that's exactly what he made us do.
But he told me that he's trying to help you all.
How is that helping
study
us if
better,
he is not
he said.
giving us any information?
He said it's to, help you all to go out and do extra research. He thinks he's benefiting you all with his taboo way of teaching.
No, I understand in one aspect that you want us to be able to expand our own knowledge and be able to go out there and research our own information, but at the same time, don't tell us wrong information.
Okay, that's very
So that was my issue with it.
Alright, thanks a lot, Jalen, for giving your point on taboo teachers. I didn't hear anything. When you're ready, you could come anytime. Do you full on stuff, dog?
What are the molecules that are able to enter